Hey, shalom, shalom. Lord willing, we on live. First things first, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakak Barakatah, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakak for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. And all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, for giving us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to go into these scriptures and to bring out lessons and to do the things that we're doing through the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Right now, I just wanted to go into this. This is another GMS closer look. Fervent heat. Okay, me and the brother were at camp, and we're going into the lesson, and then the Lord had us dive into this topic of heat. And what happens to heat. So, like, let me get this the dust. But we jumped into the topic of heat. Because the Lord tells us that the elements are getting ready to burn. And how this wasn't talking about back then, because now we're living in a day where elements can be burnt at a high temperature. Okay, so what we're getting ready to do through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we're going to jump into this lesson, and Lord willing, to edify and to bring out a little more information concerning this topic right here, man, because the elements are getting ready to burn, man. Okay, and Jake, this should be, that's why it says through the fear we persuade men. We're trying to tell Jake and tell people out here on the world that, look, this is getting ready to take place on the planet Earth. All right, because this fire is going to purify everything. Okay, it's going to purify the sky, because the apostles and elders always tell us of what, especially Apostle Gabar tells us that the Lord is going to cleanse the earth by way of this fire. Okay, and it makes perfect sense. So what I did, I looked up, this is melting points of elements reference. That show you, man, we're in the time of Daniel where it says knowledge shall run to and fro and wisdom shall increase. Okay, because now and then it says Esau's wiser than Daniel, because he's figured out the degrees it takes to melt certain elements. Okay, so this is how we can tie this in with the scriptures to show that the Most High was true in the saying when he put that in the mouth of the prophets. Okay, we got what, Zechariah, Peter. All right, there's many different precepts that we're gonna go through to show that the Most High is getting ready to do something to this planet Earth, man. All right, it's not gonna be nice. It's not gonna be something you can be like, oh, it's just another day. No, it's not gonna be like that, man, because these elements are getting ready to burn, man. Okay, so let me make sure I got the right. Yeah, here we go. Page turned on me. But let's jump into it, Akim. If you brothers got any comments, definitely. So this right here, it says the melting points of element references. And then, because the Lord's going to burn a lot of this barium oxide, a lot of these metals that's in the air, especially by way of these chemtrails that's been burning in the atmosphere for a long time or been polluting the atmosphere. But right now, if you see this chart right here, it says helium. It only it melts at 458 degrees Fahrenheit and then 275.05 degrees Celsius. Okay, so now if we go down and we start going through this list right here, we go into fluor, oxygen. These are like the lighter elements. Okay, and you see it's going down: argon, krypton, exon, chlorine. So chlorine, a lot of those things that's in the air is going to be burnt up. Okay, a lot of those chlorine, 38.72 degrees Celsius. All right, so let's keep going. Let's go down to some of these metals, man. Okay, sulfur, iodine, a lot of these things that are contaminating the planet Earth right now, they're going to be burnt up by that heat. Okay, beryllium, lead, see, zinc. Now we're getting into the metals. They burn at 621.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, beryllium, zinc, plutonium. Plutonium itself melts at 1,184 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, magnesium, aluminum. A lot of these cars are made with what? Aluminum. All right, so the Most High is not going to keep the garbage that Esau has made in his world to so-called lift up his world with cars. We're not going to need those things. The Most High has a new world coming with who knows what kind of things we're going to have, but Esau has built these things to profit off of it and to make money off of it, okay? So you see aluminum. Oh, look at that. This brother just they spray a lot of aluminum in the air. The Most High is going to burn that, but look how high it takes to burn aluminum. What? 1,220.45 degrees Fahrenheit. So now it makes sense that the Lord would use fire to burn these things that Esau has been putting out here, man. So you see when the apostle said is we need to welcome this fire because it's going to melt and take care of a lot of these things. Hey, shalom to the Akim on the comment board. Shalom. And then let's go down to some of the more powerful. And barium, yep, barium oxide. Let's see right here. Right here, barium. It burns at 144. A 1344, okay? And they check that out. Barium burns at 1,344 degrees Fahrenheit. All right? So they show you, man, that hey, the fire must come. I'm trying to get down to what, lithium batteries. These batteries are going to be burnt up. I'm just giving you brothers the melting points of these elements, okay? Silver burns at what? 1,762 degrees. Let's get down to the hotter ones. Gold, 1,948. Copper, because you know copper's everywhere, man. 1,944. Yeah, that yellow cake. Don't drop it, man. Don't drop it. Let's go down. Nickel, lithium. Let's look at the high ones. Plutonium. Plutonium burns at 3,222 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're getting into the big boy metals, okay? Look where the numbers are going, okay? Boron, tantium. Some of these metals Jake ain't even heard of, man. But the Most High is going to make it happen. And then the final one is tungsten. Okay? Look at this. Tungsten. Tungsten burns at 6,165 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the hottest metal it takes to melt. And tungsten is in a lot of things. Look, check this is an article. It says how tungsten is used in everyday items. So the Most High is for the elements to melt. Because it says this place is going to be a desert, man. It says tungsten is a very ubiquitous these days. It is becoming increasingly difficult to search for a wedding band or other forms of jewelry without being teased with the presence of a beautiful yet costly friendly alternative to gold or jewelry. True, it looks like it may make you skeptical of the quality of the ring. When you see the price, it is far more affordable than gold and silver. However, that does not mean the piece of jewelry will not made with quality. Tungsten metal is known for its strength and versatility. In fact, while jewelry has become has prevalent use of tungsten, it is actually used in many other things in everyday lives, such as electronics. See, tungsten has a very high resistance to temperature, making it ideal for a certain type of minerals from television tubes to microwaves. See, so a lot of these microwaves have tungsten in them. All right, and Most High said he's gonna melt that. All right, I'm not gonna read too much into this. If you brothers want to read it, the article's right here. I just want to make this one of those, get to the point type lessons. Okay. Now, what I bring it out to say this, the thermal radiation from these weapons, look how hot it's going to burn. A primary form of energy from a nuclear explosion is thermal radiation. Initially, most of this energy goes into heating the bomb minerals in the air in the vicinity of the blast, okay? So the heat is air. See, it says the heating of the bomb materials in the air in the vicinity of the blast. Temperatures of a nuclear explosion reach those in the interiors of the sun about 100,000 degrees Celsius. So now let's jump back to the elemental chart. There's nothing that this weapons will not burn. The hottest, one of the hottest things right now, besides carbon and tungsten, they burn at 3,407 degrees Celsius. So there's going to be enough heat by the way of these weapons to destroy all of these elements, man. Man, to show you the scriptures is cold-blooded, man. What was back then that could burn at 6,165 degrees? If it ain't the missiles, that what's producing that type of heat, man? Even if you smelting metal, it has to burn hotter than 6,000 degrees to burn even tungsten. All right. And there's different metals on this list that we were using back then that burn nonetheless. So it's speaking about these right here, these nuclear weapons. Let's keep reading down on this article. It says two pluses of the thermal radiation energy from the fireball and first pulse, which lasts about a tenth of a second, consisting of radiation in ultraviolet region. Salakia. The second pulse, which may last for several seconds, carries about 99% of the total thermal radiation energy. It is this radiation that is the main cause of skin burn and eye injuries suffered by the explosion exposed individuals and causing combustible minerals to break into flames. Now check this out. I looked up how hot is it in cremation centers. You know how hot it has to be for a human body to burn? 1,000 says 1,400 to 1,800 degrees. That's how much it takes. That's why it says what? Let's go now. Now we got to jump to what? Let's jump to Zechariah. Hold on. Let me get this real quick. I'm with one hand right now. Forgive me, Akim. Look at this. Now you can this should bring out more of this verse. That's why all this is for us to be persuaded in our own minds to change, man. Do something different, to know this is coming. All right, this is Zechariah 14 and 12. And it says, and this, what is this? This right here. These weapons, this radiation, these nuclear bombs, these fusion bombs. All right, this is what the Lord has chosen to be his judgment on the planet Earth. And it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite, what you call smite, beat all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. What? And it only takes 1,400 to 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit to cremate a body, to turn it into powder. That's all it takes. Okay? These are burning at a total of 100 million. If I'm not mistaken, that's 100 million. If you brothers want to correct me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Yep, 100 million degrees Celsius. So that's what it was talking about. That's what the scripture where it says that the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Fervent. Let's look up that word right there. Let's look up that word. I already got it pulled up. Let's look up that word. The word there is fervent. Let's see if we can't get some understanding on that. It says to burn up, set to fire, to suffer with feverish burning, be perched with fever. Okay, when you say hot, okay? So now let's look up. I'm going to take up. Let me see here. Let's look up now on Google, and then we'll get with the definition of the word fervent. So now we got how hot it has to be for a human body to burn up. Let's look up what the word fervent means. Fervent, it means having or displaying a passionate intensity. So this fire is gonna be because it's the passion of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Because Yahweh is gonna be in this fire, man, which is fearful, man. Jake don't. Once we understand this, the Most High is coming in fire, man. He's gonna take control and burn things, man. It says the Most High is a consuming fire. He's a fervent fire, man. The Most High is gonna do things that man, it's fearful, man. That's why I said we try to persuade men. We ain't doing this to play around. We telling you the Lord gonna burn things. Just like Noah told people, the flood is coming, water's coming, it's coming. Get ready. We telling you this fire is coming. Very hot, glowing. The fire is gonna be hot and glowing, man. It says exhibiting or marked as great intensity of feeling, zealous. This fire is gonna be zealous, man. Zealous. It's gonna be a fervent burn, man. It's not gonna be, oh, it's done. No, it's gonna be like a smelter's fire. When you smoke gold, it burns and it's almost glowing, man. Because this fire is coming, and it needs to burn up these elements and then burn up these wicked people. 2/3 of Israel has to experience this, man, so they can be cleansed of that madness by fire, man. All right, so let's jump into these precepts. I think I touched the point. I mean, Abaratazar, you brothers, got something out of that. If you want to jump into it a little bit more, definitely, man. But look, the Lord is getting ready to burn. Because I always read fervent heat, and I just didn't ever go into it. But then once you understand it and break it down in numbers, that's why these elements are going to burn, because what else can burn at that high temperature? It has to burn over what? To burn all the elements that are dealing right now, it has to burn over 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, wow. The brother says sulfur brimstones turns into vapors at 832 Fahrenheit. So imagine that. See, look at that, man. Turns into vapor. So you're going to breathe it. You can't even escape, because that goes into Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah, the Lord suffocated them at the same time. So the people in Sodom and Gomorrah didn't just burn to death. They suffocated on the sulfur that was burning in the air. So they couldn't even escape. Just like sulfur is worse than smoke. When people, you know how people die in house fires? They die from the smoke inhalation. They can't breathe. So imagine sulfur is in the air in a cloud form, man. You can't even breathe, and then you choke, and you choke, and then you burn to death. They said some of the people were dead long before the fire even got them, man. That's how cold-blooded the Most High treated Sodom and Gomorrah, man. He had that sulfur hit the ground, and then it started to combust into smoke, which you couldn't run from because you were too busy coughing. Your eyes, you couldn't see nothing. It was burning your eyes. It was burning your lungs. And then you just had to, while you're coughing, here comes the fire, man. So imagine this day where the Most High said it'd be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah than this damn place. So imagine what's going to come down and touch this place, man. It's going to be worse. It's a fearful thing, man. Yup, it smells. So you imagine that. You hearing people screaming, running around, and then the stench, and then the heat, and you can't breathe. You just coughing your lungs up, and then you just burn. And if you don't pass out first, man. So, hey, we come in. That's a fearful thing, man. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Now, let me get these precepts for you out here, man. Check these out. Check these precepts out. Look, watch how they link, man. This is Psalms 102. This is Psalms 102 in verse 26. And it says, they shall perish, but thou shalt endure. Yea, all of them shall wax old like a garment, as a vesture shalt thou change them, and they shall be changed. But thou art the same, and the years, and it says, and thy years shall have no end. So the Most High said, look, they shall perish. These other nations shall perish. These other people shall perish, but we are going to endure, man. And the Most High might keep them alive, man. The Most High might keep them alive and enduring that. That's why it says, "Death, men shall seek death, and it shall flee from them." Let me pull that out real quick. Hold on. Let me pull that out real quick. See right here. This is a precept. This is the book of Revelations 9 and 6. Because the brother said that they're going to try to seek death and it ain't going to even find it. This is Revelations 9 and 6. It says, "And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it. And it says, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them." Hey, that's it, man. That's it. The Lord's gonna keep them alive through that judgment, which is fearful, man. You coughing, sulfur, smoke, fire is gonna be right on them, man. But that's what they get for talking against the Most High's words, man, and talking against His prophets. Because Jake think it's a game. Jake don't even value their own work ethic. You know, Jake will go to a job and just, treat it like how it don't matter, man. You got to have some kind of seriousness in this time, man. This is Isaiah 24 and verse 19. It reads, "The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly." So the Most High is going to make the earth rock to and fro like a drunkard, man. So this was the time we come into. It says, "The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." And it's not talking about the earth being destroyed. It's talking about the way that the earth is going to be not the same way, man. It's not going to be put in the same way that it was before the judgment. Just like Pangea. Esau always brings out Pangea, and shows you what the earth looked like. It's not that, it don't look like that no more. It's a new earth. The earth goes through changes, man. And it's getting ready to go through another one. It's getting ready to go through its final change. Because the earth is going to be bigger. Things are going to be, man, it's going to be beautiful. I was telling somebody today, a quick side note, that you must welcome the fire. And, Apostle brought that out. And, it took a little bit for brothers to understand, man. But look, we need to welcome this fire. This fire is going to cleanse things. It's going to fix things that we cannot fix if we didn't use that fire, man. Just like a wildfire in a forest. What happens to that forest? It burns out the dead trees, the undesirable leaf foliage, the dead animal carcasses that are around that hasn't been eaten. It gets rid of all of that, man. And then that earth, that forest has room to grow again. It has more room to become stronger. So this earth is going to become as strong as it's ever been through this fire and this destruction, because it's going to melt the heat, and then nothing goes to waste. When you burn coal and ash, it turns into carbon, and there's another chemical it turns into, but it feeds plants. It helps trees grow. So it's a time that show you how cold the Lord is, man. Even in destruction, there's balance. Hey, that's a sit down, man. Hey, brothers, even in destruction, there is balance, man. Let me go to the next precept and we're going to get up out of here, man. This is Isaiah 34. And we'll go to verse 4. And hey, if you brothers got some precepts, definitely post them. This is Isaiah 34 and verse 4. It says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved." The host, because these elements in the earth, in the heavens are going to be dissolved, because it don't take that much to dissolve them. So all the chemtrails that's up in the atmosphere, it only takes what? Like the brother posted earlier, he said barium, right? Let's go to barium. Barium only takes, let me see. Barium oxide right here only takes 1,344 degrees Fahrenheit to burn up. And this thing is going to burn in millions of degrees, millions. And then that ash cloud is going to spread over the earth, and it's going to take things out, man. It's going to erase what Esau has put out there, man, which is a beautiful, beautiful work. Beautiful work. It says, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse the judgment. So that's why we know it's missiles. That's how we can tie in. So if you brothers wanted the more of a faith builder, know that these things are gonna take these elements out, man. This is the thing that was not back in the ancient world. It didn't have enough heat. Now we've made weapons in this modern day age that burns at 1,000,000 degrees Celsius. All right. I don't know how that converts into Fahrenheit, but 1,000,000 degrees Celsius. That's high powered, man. Very high powered. And it says the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and it is made fat with the fatness and with the fat blood of lambs and goats. That's you Israelites and then you heathens also, because there's gonna be 2/3 of Jake that do not want to listen. They don't want to humble down, so they're gonna have to taste that. They're gonna have to taste that sriracha, man. They're gonna have to taste that spicy, man. That's how they're gonna get it. They're gonna taste it and realize it's hot, man. With the fatness of kidneys of rams, for the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Let's go down. Let's go to the next. This is Joel 1 and verse 15. This is Joel 1 and 15. It reads, "Alas, for that day is great." It says, "Alas for the." It says, "Alas for the day, for that day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come," and it's coming, Akim. All right, we're coming to that time where Yahweh Shem Yahshua is getting ready to show this. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. I just wanted to, bring this out. Me and the brother spoke about it on the highways and byways, and it really hit a point, man. And I was like, man, I gotta jump on it, man. So hey, melting point of elements references. You brothers check it out. It's coming, man. It's coming. So with that, I want to give all honor and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. We're at the end, Akim. Keep faith, keep fighting, keep pushing for salvation. Shalom.